Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be going over how to start a Faceless YouTube channel in this free complete guide. So starting a Faceless YouTube channel is probably one of the best opportunities to make passive income online. So with this model of YouTube or this model of business, you essentially put up a lot of work up front, but afterwards you reap the benefits from years to come from these Faceless YouTube videos that you post onto YouTube. So personally, I've been in the Faceless YouTube model for about 3 years now, and it's been very lucrative for me to the point where the systems, my team, they're all able to help me run this model of business to kind of free up my time and make money online. What we're going to be going over in this training is what a Faceless channel is, and we're going to be going over different types of Faceless channels, how much I make from just one of my Faceless channels, how to choose a niche, deciding on what type of Faceless channel you want to run. We're going to be going over the core Faceless team, where to hire people, strategies to grow your channel, the 3 T's to success, examples of other Faceless channels, what channel niche I personally would start if I were to start over again, and how to make money with these Faceless channels. So first off, what is a Faceless channel? To simply put, it's a channel where you don't show your face, right? As simple as it sounds, as obvious it sounds. Faceless channels sometimes tend to be more scalable because, you know, me filming on camera, it requires me to be on camera, it requires me to be the face of the brand, whereas with Faceless channels, they tend to be more scalable from my experience. It removes the technicalities of filming / studio setup / camera knowledge even to some extent. So without filming your face, there's no need for you to have a studio. There's no need for you to have a legitimate, highly expensive DSLR or mirrorless camera. You don't need to know the technicalities when it comes to lighting, frame rate, slow motion, etc. With Faceless channels though, it is hard to build a connection with the audience compared to the traditional way of doing YouTube. So a good example of this is that if I have a Faceless channel in which I'm teaching people how to make money online without showing my face versus showing my face, a lot of people are going to connect to the individual who is actually showing their face with this model of YouTube. So the example, make money online from a Faceless YouTuber versus making money online from an individual who shows their face, such as Graham Stephan. Who are you more likely to build that connection with? So with Faceless channels, it is a good model of YouTube for introverts. So the reason why I stumbled across this model of YouTube is because about 4 years ago, I tried filming myself on camera. And initially, I didn't feel comfortable being in front of the camera. So if you're one of those individuals, starting a Faceless channel is a great opportunity for you. As far as the types of Faceless channels, so right now I'm going to be going over the types, like generally, but later in the video, I am going to be going over multiple specific types of channels that run a Faceless model of YouTube. So the first channel I want to introduce to you is a channel called Betterment Boss, where they use 2D animations to portray their points. So this is in the finance niche, so their CPM or RPM is going to be slightly on the higher side. So therefore, what that means is that they're making more money per every 1,000 views that this channel gets. But you can see briefly what their videos are about. It's simple 2D animations, and they go over various topics within the finance space. The next channel type I want to go over you is stock footage stories. So this is a channel called Real Facts, and they simply just use stock footage to be the visuals for these stories that these scriptwriters write. So as you can see here, these are some of their stories that they end up coming up with. But the thing with this type of channel is that their titles, they're not very keyword focused. So that's the way that this channel receives traffic, is through browse traffic or suggested traffic rather than the keywords itself. Another type of channel is a whiteboard animation. So this is an individual named Patty Galloway who he talks about how certain YouTubers grow on YouTube. So here's how Mr. Beast made the greatest video. Here's how Ryan Trahan's series broke YouTube. But he uses a combination of visuals that are already on YouTube and whiteboard animations to portray his points. Here's another type of visual that you can start, in which this channel called My Story Animated does not show their face, but instead they use 3D animations to make these full-length stories about certain stories in practically any genre. So perhaps this is maybe something you'd like to do. You know, here's another example of a channel. So what this channel does is that they use fair use visuals, which means that they're using copyrighted visuals from various media sources to portray their visuals as a voiceover is talking. So this is the type of model of YouTube in which I specialize in. So as you can see here, they're actually using images and visuals of Allen Iverson. So in this video here, they're actually using images and visuals of famous celebrities and athletes and Odell Beckham Jr. actually talking. So this is the model that I do, and it's been very lucrative for me. What I like about this model of YouTube is that it's very outsourceable and it's really scalable. So practically the majority of all the work, the script writing, voiceover, video editing, is all done by other people aside from me. With it, you're able to target keywords that are pop culture or trending right now. So Odell Beckham Jr. might be trending, Allen Iverson might be trending, and this isn't just limited to sports, but I'll be going over other niches that you can do this model of YouTube in later in the video. Now, the last type of Faceless channel I want to go over with you is screen recording videos. So this is a channel called Central Media, and they're at 500,000 subscribers. But what they do is that they cover full-length tutorials on various digital marketing softwares, platforms, website host builders, Wix.com, Shopify, affiliate marketing, teaching people how to make money online, and these very long full-length tutorials. The only difference is that they do show their face, but this model of YouTube in the Faceless channel can be done without showing your face. So take a look at them if you're interested in doing how-to videos, tutorial videos. These guys are absolutely crushing it, and they're called Central Media. As far as the potential earnings from one of my channels go, here's one of my channels in the past 365 days on how much it's made. So the niche of this channel is that, as I said before, I follow a very outsourced model of Faceless YouTube in which I hire scriptwriters, voiceover video artists. But you can see it within the past 365 days, it's made over $200,000 in revenue. So here you can see the daily income, $800 a day, sometimes $200 a day. Then we peaked back in July, making around $1,700 a day. And now we're back to October, making like $300 per day. But I do want to be honest with you all, in which the potential earnings from one of these channels, my channel is over 3 years old, so I do have that leverage upon me. I do post daily onto this channel, so I wouldn't have personally been able to post daily onto this channel if it wasn't for my team. Now, all of that income that you see here, everything that you see here, it's not all profit, and I must say that the overhead per month is roughly shy of under $1,000. So the income that you see here, it's probably shy of under, let's say, $200,000 in terms of profit. The good thing though is that my profit margins are over 90%. And keep in mind though that my results are not typical. So I do have channels that are losing me money in which I'm doing this model of YouTube. However, I'm in it for the long-term game. Now, as far as how to choose a niche goes, as cliche as it sounds, go into a niche where you know more than the average person about. So ask yourself, what type of content are you constantly consuming? What type of content are you constantly sitting on the couch, constantly consuming? So me, in my case, I do sit on the couch and watch sports, specifically basketball. So because of that, that kind of leads me to believe that maybe I should start a channel talking about sports. So people don't like hearing this, but again, that's what my go-to is going to a niche in which you know more than the average person about. Because when you know your niche, you can come up with better topics, you can come up with better thumbnails, you can come up with better titles, and you can actually put yourself in your viewer's shoes and ask, what would I want to watch, rather than pretending what would I want to watch. So you can actually put yourself in your viewer's shoes and ask that question legitimately, because based on what you want to watch, that likely would be a good candidate of a video that you can produce for your channel. Now, as far as deciding on what type of Faceless channel you want to run, you have to ask yourself two different questions. Do you want to be part of the production process? Okay, so if you do, notice that there's a limitation with it in which it's not completely scalable. There is some sense of reliance upon you if you're part of the production process. And the types of Faceless channels in which the individual who owns the channel is usually part of the production process, we're talking like screen recordings, voicing the videos, editing the videos. All of those kind of limit yourself from scaling, and at the same time, there is a reliance on you in which you have to do your role or else the video won't be produced. Now, the way that I run videos is I outsource practically all the work. So instead of me actually being part of the production process, what I'm a part of now is the managerial work. So I'm making sure that everyone's on task, everyone is organized, and everyone is on schedule to get these videos produced. It does allow me more freedom and time, which is why I do prefer to outsource all the work, or at least the majority of it, and it is very scalable. So notice how there is a difference between that. If you have video editing skills and you're choosing to be the video editor of your channel, you are going to have to work to edit your videos while probably also still doing managerial work. So ideally, I would recommend trying to outsource all the work so that you can have more freedom, have more time, and eventually scale your YouTube channel to produce more videos, quality videos. So as far as the core Faceless team goes, we have about 5 to 7 roles. Some of them are optional, but I have here like a pay grade of estimate how much I would pay them if I were to hire someone. So for a topic researcher, usually I pay this person hourly and roughly about $5 per hour. For a scriptwriter, these individuals or freelancers are paid per project, and ideally you want to pay less than $30 a script. For the voiceover artist, you want to pay less than $30 for a voiceover artist, and they are paid per project as well. For a video editor, also paid per project, and ideally you want to get the video edit done for less than $40. Project manager, paid hourly, roughly $5 an hour. For a description writer, paid per project, I'd say less than $3 a description. I'll be telling you the reason why it's only $3 for a description. Thumbnail artist, very crucial. I would even say probably $10 just because the thumbnail is going to make or break your video. Paid per project, less than $10 a thumbnail. Now, as far as topic research or scope of work goes, this individual is in charge of coming up with unique and creative topic ideas for your channel. So if you're looking to post 12 to 15 times per month, or even like me, sometimes even daily, ideas sometimes tend to be a problem. Coming up with ideas, you kind of build this burnout criteria in which eventually when your channel is up and running, burnout becomes a thing when coming up with ideas. However, this role is optional. I'd say for the first 2 years, and even still now, I'm still the one coming up with topics for my YouTube channels. As far as the scriptwriter scope of work goes, these individuals can either be from the US or outside of the US. That is a common question I've been asked before. I do have really good scriptwriters that are from countries aside from the US. I have really good scriptwriters that are not US based and English isn't their first language, but they're still able to write proper, grammar correct, and scripts that are legible. So main thing with scriptwriters is that you want to make sure that they write intros very short, 1 to 3 sentences, keep it minimal, get straight to the point, no fluff material, and ideally the script should be broken down into subsections or a countdown to make the video easily watchable. So there should be certain sections in which you can kind of divide up your video, and the reason for that is that you want to do that in order to improve average viewer duration. As far as the voiceover artist scope of work, there isn't much guidelines for this other than to have a voiceover that fits your niche. So this is where you're just picky, and you can kind of tell what's a good voiceover generally from what's not a good voiceover. Stories, you want a nice, soothing, easy to listen to voice. Pop culture, enthusiastic, announcer sounding. Screen recording tutorials, you want to make sure their voice is clear, professional, and proper. No breath sounds, smacks, ums, or unprofessionally edited audio. No static. Very basic things when it comes to voiceover artists. I must say that out of all the roles in which I hire, voiceover artists need the least amount of direction from me. As far as video editing goes, it's dependent on your type of work, or dependent on the type of, as far as video editor scope of work goes, it's dependent on the type of channel that you're running. So it's multifactorial, which means that one video editor is not going to be good at editing all types of video. So multifactorial, not one size fits all. It's probably going to be the job position in which you're going to have to screen or interview the most applicants on, just because there's so many different types of editing styles out there. You have to find a video editor that suits your type of style that you're looking for. So when I look for video editors, I'm not looking for anything extremely fancy, but rather I'm looking for quality, engaging video edits. So I'm not looking for something that's extremely color graded or really pumped out with animations, text, and effects. What I'm looking for is that can they keep the viewers engaged by using different types of engagement media clips, such as adding B-roll, adding text, adding stock footage, zooming in and out of the camera. So different types of engagement media methods, and that's purpose is to keep the video engaging and get people to watch the entirety of your video. As far as the project manager scope of work goes, this individual's task is to coordinate the project between your contractors, and it is an optional position. I imagine that when you're first starting off, you are going to be the project manager for your own YouTube channel. However, hiring a project manager frees up your time, and this individual should eventually be the go-to person if any problems arise. So if your scriptwriter has a problem, they should be reporting to your project manager, and the project manager should be able to figure out the issue. As far as the description writer goes, the description format is as follows. So I have my description writers write a 150-word description on what the video topic is about, while including as many related keywords as possible. In the description, they're going to link to 3 relevant videos on the channel. They're going to add 3 relevant hashtags and also add in any disclaimers if necessary. So if you have an affiliate link within your description, you want to add an affiliate disclaimer. As far as linking to relevant videos, these are videos that are posted on your channel. You want to link to other videos within your own channel. As far as the thumbnail artist scope of work goes, we're not looking for the most complex thumbnail designer. Okay, we're not looking for very complex thumbnail designs. What I want you to know that creativity plus ideas behind the thumbnail is much more important than the complexity of the design. So I'm sure you've seen on YouTube, you've seen very simple thumbnail designs that have made videos go extremely viral before. So again, the concept here is that the idea plus the concept is much more important than the complexity of design. We're not looking for extremely crazy, distracting thumbnail designs, but instead what we're looking for is simple concept or ideas that get people to click on the video. Now moving on to where to hire people, Upwork is my preferred method. I've maybe practically about 85% of my team has been found through Upwork. As far as Fiverr goes, Fiverr I've found maybe 5% of the people, but essentially you're gonna have to run through applicants. you definitely need to post multiple job listings, post multiple job listings on Upwork, post multiple job listings on Fiverr. But these are the two main places in which I found people to help me with my Faceless YouTube channel. As far as strategies to grow your channel go, capitalize on anything that's trending. So for this one here, you're gonna have to think sometimes out of the box. Even though you're not in sports, but let's say LeBron James is trending, try and figure out a way in which you can incorporate the idea of that, knowing that basketball or LeBron James is trending. Try to incorporate that within your niche. Initially starting, you want to target search-based keywords, phrases initially. One of the best and easiest ways in which I'm able to find search-based content is just simply by using the YouTube search bar, as you see here. So I would just type in YouTube Faceless and see what keyword phrases auto-populate and target one of these keyword phrases that you see here. For posting frequency, you want to post 3 times a week or kind of range to every other day. So that comes out to 12 to 15 times per month. As far as the quality of your videos go, you want to follow something called the 80-20 rule, which means that 80% of the quality of the video comes from 20% of the efforts. You just want to make your videos good enough, and good enough equals 80% quality, and worry about perfection later. So if you were to focus on making a video absolutely perfect, that is going to eat up all of your time. So you just want to make sure that the video is good enough, 80% quality, which should take about 20% of your effort, and then move on to the next video. The fifth thing that I want to mention is to treat your team well. And I think this is a very underlooked thing upon, just because I've been doing this for 3 years and I've been working with some contractors, freelancers, and agency for 3 years. The good thing with this networking relationship is that I really treat my team well. I give them bonuses occasionally. And without my team, my Faceless YouTube channels wouldn't have been a thing. So make sure you treat your team well. As far as SEO basics go, here's how I do SEO on YouTube. I have the keyword in the title and description, and tags do not matter. So from YouTube themselves, you can even see here what YouTube has to say about tags. Tags are descriptive keywords you can add to your video to help viewers find your content. Your video's title, thumbnail, description are much more important pieces of metadata for your video's discovery. These main pieces of info help viewers decide which videos to watch. Tags can be useful if the content of your video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a very minimal role in your video's discovery. So from Google/YouTube themselves, they're literally saying here that tags don't play a major role. Focus on your video's title, the thumbnail, and the description. Those are much more important. Now, as far as the final decision maker on YouTube, you can have an opinion on how your video is. You can ask your siblings, you can ask your family members, you can ask your friends what they think about your video, but the ultimate decision maker is going to be the YouTube audience. And so with that, posting videos is going to be your way of actually analyzing data and understanding what works for your channel. It's not going to be your brother's opinion. It's not going to be your spouse's opinion. It's not going to be my opinion. It's going to be the YouTube audience themselves deciding whether or not your video is actually good. Now, as far as the last strategy goes, focus a lot of your time into the 3 T's of success. So as far as the 3 T's to success go, I've been in the Faceless YouTube space for about 3 years now, and I must say that the topic, title, and the thumbnail are the most crucial factors when it comes to a video. So you can have a mediocre video with good enough information. So again, recall here, 80% quality. You can have a mediocre video with good enough 80% quality information that'll still go viral if you nail the topic, you nail the title, and you nail the thumbnail. So these are the 3 T's to success. If there's something that you personally, individually should be focusing a lot of your time and attention to, it's the topic of your video, the title of your video, and the thumbnail of your video. Now, as far as other examples of successful Faceless channels, I've seen channels which talk about sports news and celebrity news perform exceptionally well. I've seen channels where they make screen recordings and tutorial videos on how to do certain things online or actually in person do extremely well. So that falls under how-tos. Documentaries, people are starting to come up with documentary videos. As far as documentary goes, a good example of that is this individual channel named Jake Tran, in which he covers very cool topics such as this one here, China's secret police has invaded America, China has threatened Elon Musk. So these are full-length documentaries that basically cover interesting topics that people might want to watch. Whiteboard animations, we've already gone over that. Megastructures, I've seen channels that talk about megastructures being built around the world perform exceptionally well. TV shows/movies. So I personally run a YouTube channel, a Faceless YouTube channel, which covers upcoming Netflix TV shows and movie updates. It does perform exceptionally well. Product reviews, in which you don't have to show your face, such as, top-down view, and it's just showing you tweaking with the newest, latest iPhone. That's also a Faceless channel. And I've also seen compilation plus voiceover channels work as well. So a good example of that is this channel called Daily Dose of Internet, where it's just a compilation of videos, as you can see here that it's loading, and there's just a voiceover speaking over them, what his thoughts and opinions are based on what the visuals are actually showing in the video. Now, if I were to do it all over again, what channel niche I personally would start, here it is. So it is biased based on my experience, based on my knowledge and my interests. So what may work for me may not work for you, but vice versa. What may work for you may not work for me. So I would start a sports news / updates channel just because I'm very into sports, basketball especially, football also, tennis as well, hockey as well. So a sports news update channel I think would be a great idea just because I can capitalize on trending with this type of channel. TV shows and movies, I'm always watching Netflix at night. So I've already done that actually. I would actually just start another TV show / movie news and updates channel. Tutorial videos on digital marketing, because I'm very interested in digital marketing. It's what I do online for partly a living. I would make tutorial videos on digital marketing. How-to videos teaching on YouTube. Again, this is probably something you wouldn't do, but because I love YouTube and I have a strong passion for it, it's something that, as you can see here, I'm currently doing, but I very much as well could have just covered my face and made the same exact video, right? Videos on fitness and nutrition. So the way I'll twist this method is that I come from a med school background, a physical therapy background actually. So I would have a unique approach in making sure that everything, a topic of a video would be based on evidence-based practice. Meaning that topics that I present would actually be based on actual studies that were done in real life in order to prove what I'm presenting, which means that there's actual scientists and experimenters that actually test different groups to prove different stances within the fitness or nutrition field. As far as the medical health channel goes, again, that falls under my medical background of just wanting to create a YouTube channel, a Faceless YouTube channel, which would help inform people of various different diagnoses or diseases or conditions which they might have. Now, as far as what I wouldn't do, I wouldn't go into a niche just because someone tells me to go into a niche, and likewise with you. Don't go into a niche just because someone tells you to go into that niche. So think about your expertise and knowledge and what you know more than the average person about. Answering that question will give you your advantage. And as we talked about, your advantage of knowing your niche allows you to create better topics, better thumbnails, and better titles. So think about, what are you constantly consuming when you're on your phone? What are you constantly consuming while you're on Instagram? What are you consuming? What are you watching when you're sitting down on the couch watching TV? Now, as far as how to make money online goes with Faceless YouTube channels, you first off have the YouTube Partnership Program, which in order to be eligible, you need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. You can sell digital products such as forms, Excel sheets, ebooks, courses, pictures. All of that can be done even without the YouTube Partnership Program. You can sell mentorship / coaching programs. So trading time for money. If you want to get on a one-on-one call with an individual who's interested, maybe charge them $50, $100, $500. That all depends on your audience though and what their capital level is. As far as affiliate programs goes, you can start doing this even before you get monetized on YouTube, in which if you have a software product, service that you want to recommend that you think will genuinely help people, I'm pretty sure that that company or business has an affiliate program tied to them. For sponsorships will eventually reach out to your channel once your channel starts growing. I don't recommend outreaching to sponsorships to have them sponsor your channel though. I just have them come naturally to you. Now, as far as community memberships goes, you can charge people a monthly fee to be part of your community, make an exclusive community, and part of that community, you can do live group coaching calls, you can do live one-on-one calls, you can give them forms, Excel sheets, ebooks, courses. So all of that combined would lead to a nice paid community membership. Now, as far as taking action goes, you want to create your YouTube channel, give it a name, give it a brand, and get your channel art created by my guy down below in the description. He's the one creating the channel arts for all my YouTube channels, which is like 50 plus, and that includes client channels as well, I must admit. But even so, all he needs is your inspiration channel of what you want your channel art to look like. Send that to him and he'll spit out a nice, unique, creative version based on your inspiration channel that you provided him. You should be deciding on what type of Faceless channel you want to run, whether it's screen recordings or it's completely outsourced, or maybe you want to do 2D animations. Decide on the type of niche Faceless channel you want to run, and then start posting your job listings on Upwork, because finding your team members, whether you need a scriptwriter, a thumbnail designer, or video editor, that is going to take a good amount of time. Get that process started now, and because without a doubt, you're gonna have to post multiple job listings in order to find the right person for you. If you enjoyed this training, make sure to check out in the description my free masterclass training where I go over my 10 ways to go viral on YouTube and start earning passive income. It's a lot more in depth, and I go over 10 specific strategies to get you to grow your Faceless YouTube channel.